I got a red alert. Pulling up now. Is you ready to go? You know I'm
Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin back in with another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video. Now this is the 7th episode of my How to Be a God, How to Be Better at Black Ops 3. And in this episode we got some really good questions I'm going to be answering. Basically what this series is I answer any questions you guys have about Black Ops 3. I give you guys the best tips and all that sort of stuff. And you guys have been supporting this series so well. I said on my last video as soon as we got 4,000 likes, I'd upload a new one. And you guys just smashed out like 5,000 likes in a day. Absolutely insane numbers. So I'm going to go for 5,000 likes again on this episode. If you guys could hit that, you guys would be absolutely legends, and I pump out another episode right away. And guys, please leave me comments down in the comment section down below asking me any sort of questions. I'm getting a lot of the same questions, so if you guys have any weirder questions, ask me those in the comment section down below. This first gameplay here is just me playing some search and destroy. I go 20-4 in a regular search and destroy, and I swear half the people on my team don't even get a kill, and we end up losing the game, which it was, I mean, I'm not gonna blame my teammates. I could have done better in the other round, but I still went 20-4 and we lost. Anyway, let's get right into the questions. The first one we have here is from Morton et Dabo, and I like his picture is actually an Advanced Warfare picture, which is kind of OG. This man's an OG. How do I stop getting one shot? Every time I play core, I always end up killing someone and they damage me a lot, and by the time I find cover, I get one shot off my streak. Now, this is a very good question. I like answering questions that I haven't answered before, and this is one that I don't really talk about too much, but basically, in Black Ops 3, one of the things that I used to complain a lot about in this game, especially when the beta first came out, is once you get hit and your screen goes red. Basically, when your screen goes red, that's when you're one shot. What one shot means is it'll only take one shot to kill you. It's not always the case. Sometimes it might take 2 or 3, but one shot means you're basically hurt. And this guy's saying when he gets damaged a lot, he's already one shot, right? So his screen is red. How can he find a safe spot to basically recover before you fight? Because, of course, I think most of you guys know this, but if you don't, your health works in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, or most Call of Duties, pretty much all of them, I think, in every single Call of Duty, you have 100 health, okay? So say I get shot and I beat a guy in a gunfight, I kill him, but he put 2 bullets into me, I might be at 50% health and my screen's all red. So if I'm at 50% health, I don't want to go into another gunfight because that guy's going to be at full health and he's going to absolutely wreck me. So in Black Ops 3, it does take a while to regain your health after your first gunfight. So what I recommend is you don't always want to get a kill, your screen goes red, and you panic and run away. Most of the time, it's better, like he says in his question, he tries to find cover. That can work sometimes, but the best thing to do usually is to just hold your ground. When you get hurt in Black Ops 3, you just want to hold your ground, sit back, maybe sit in a corner for a second, wait till your health gets back up. It usually takes like 2 or 3 seconds, and once your health is back up to 100, you can rush in again. But that's a good thing for mostly Russian players need to worry about this. When you do get hurt or when you do get damaged and your screen becomes red, you really have to play it safe and don't try to rush in to make other plays, because most likely you're going to lose those gunfights unless the enemy is not even looking at you. Then you can take the gunfight. So that's a really good question, and hopefully I answered that question for you. Let's get into the next question. We have from Osvaldo the Sloth. How do you know when his picture is actually Black Ops 3, so he's got the new stuff on it. How do you know when to hip fire and when to aim down sights? Now this is a good question, and I find that this was something that I remember back when I first started to play Call of Duty. I would always ask this question. I didn't really understand. Basically, how do you know when to hip fire and how you know when to aim down sights? You always want to aim down sights if it's possible. Hip firing is basically just a last resort. Maybe I'm running around a corner, or you shouldn't be running around a corner. I'm walking around a corner and there's a guy in a corner somewhere that surprises me, and I just jump up and hip fire because he's too close to me to aim down sight. You should always be aiming down sight unless the people are literally right next to you, because then aiming down sight, when you aim down sight, you won't be able to move side to side as quickly, and that's basically a big issue. With hip firing, you have more mobility, you have more range of motion, and that's why you're going to want to hip fire if they're literally right beside you or someone surprises you. But for most of the time, you're going to want to aim down sight. Now this is not just an exclusive thing, and I find that a lot of people always try to wait till they aim down sight and get their shot down. Usually when I see an enemy, I start just spraying, and I just spray hip fire into, and I start aim down sight at the exact same time. You basically, as soon as you see someone, you want to start shooting at them right away. For most of the time, unless they're really far across the map and you have an SMG or something like that, you can't make the shot and you're trying to be stealthy and search. But for most of the time in a respawn game mode, if you see someone, start spraying and then lock down aim onto them second. Because if you're going to hit, even if you just start spraying, you hit one bullet, that might be the difference to win that gunfight. So hopefully that answers your question. Next question we have here is from Rain PvP. He says, how can I improve my reaction time? And Goblin, I love you, man. Thank you for the support. I really do appreciate that. You guys just love this series, and it means a lot to me. I put, a lot of effort into these videos, and these are probably my favorite series to make. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I love doing live videos, but this series is probably my favorite. Something that I really, love to do is just talk about Call of Duty, and especially when I can know I'm helping you guys out. Anyway, you guys don't want to hear me yammering about that. How can you improve your reaction time? Reaction time is just something that's mostly natural. Some people have fast reaction time. Obviously, if you're, 40 years old, maybe your reaction time isn't as good as someone who's 18 or 15 or 16. And that's why you see a lot of these Call of Duty pro players and a lot of the really good, COD players are from the ages probably 18 to 25, something like that. I think those are the ages where your reaction time is the best it's going to be in your life. How can you improve your reaction time? Basically, reaction time is very important in Call of Duty. How you improve it, just by play, if you ever played sports, if you do anything that improves your reaction time, that's going to help you. But basically, just playing the game is going to help you improve your reaction time. Now, even if you don't have the fastest reaction time, you still can be good at Call of Duty. Just, you have to be better at predicting the enemy's locations, playing smarter and stuff like that. How can you improve your reaction time? Basically, just comes down to practice. There's not really any drills, throwing, back when I played hockey, right, and I was a goalie in hockey, so reaction time is absolutely huge for that, which definitely helps me out in Call of Duty. And I also played baseball. I was a catcher for that as well, and those things definitely help me. All the sports that I played helped me with my reaction time for Call of Duty. However, if you guys never played sports, playing Call of Duty, just tons of things in your daily life improve your reaction time, and just practicing and playing a lot of Call of Duty is how you're going to improve on that. The next question we have right here is from a Wolf Fighter. He says, how do you stay consistent in Black Ops 3? One game I'm going 30 and 10, next game I'm going 20 and 20. Now, no one can be consistent. No one can get amazing scores every single game. However, the best way to stay consistent is to find your best few guns, your best setup, your best specialist, your best kill streaks, and just to stick with those. I find personally, and especially with game modes, if I'm doing really good in domination, maybe I'm using combat focus, and all of a sudden I decide I want to go play kill confirmed, and I start using hive or something like that, that can really kill my consistency. If you want to stay consistent in Black Ops 3, I recommend sticking to, have probably 5 class setups that you really like, a few different kill streak loadouts, and probably 2 or 3 specialists, and just stick with those, practice with those, and do your best with those. That's how you're going to stay consistent. How you're going to get off your game and be inconsistent is when you say, oh, I think this gun's good, I'm going to try this out, I'm going to try out this specialist, I'm going to try out the care package. You want to stay consistent, you need to use consistent setups. That's basically it. That will help you stay consistent in your game, Wolf Fighter. Next question we have right here is from Eric Taylor. He says, hey Goblin, how do I stop the Brecci and the Haymaker? Please help. Now, this is a very good question. A lot of people ask me about this. It is because shotguns are very powerful in Black Ops 3, especially the Brecci and the Haymaker. It seems like when those people rush you and they mow you down, you really have nothing you can do and no defense. Now, this is the best way to play against these. Now, every single game that I go into Call of Duty, say I'm playing a game and I spawn in and I'm on Nuketown, and after the first probably takes about 2 minutes to decide, you can basically see what guns people are using on the enemy team. I can always tell, okay, this lobby has 2 people using melee weapons only. This lobby has 2 people using shotguns. This lobby has people using snipers, and you can basically play against that, play to their weaknesses. If the people are using shotguns, say 2 or 3 of them are using shotguns, those people are going to rush you. So maybe you should switch to a KN-44 class setup, post up, wait for them to run through the middle of the map with a shotgun, and kill them at a long range. If the enemies are sniping, maybe you want to switch to a shotgun yourself and rush them, or switch to an SMG, and that's basically it. If you get into a situation where you're playing against a Brecci or a Haymaker close range, you're going to lose that. That's just a fact. There's no tip I can give you. You're going to lose that gunfight most of the time because they have the better weapon for the situation. But how you can do the best is by avoiding that situation, and basically by knowing what guns the enemies are using and knowing how to counter them. How to counter a Brecci and Haymaker is basically they're going to rush you. So if you're set up better than them, you're set up on a head glitch, they're going to rush you and you're going to be able to pick them off easily, free kills. Next question we have right here, Rise Pocket 101, I like his logo there. How do you strafe without a scuff controller? Now, a scuff controller doesn't have that much to do with strafing. A scuff controller is very helpful for double jumping and, winning gunfights that way. But for strafing, you can basically do that with any sort of controller. You want to run stock. Now, stock is good on pretty much any gun. Sniper, I don't know about a shotgun. Sniper, SMG, assault rifle. Stock is good for all of those, and it's basically really good. I started running on my VMP stock a little bit more, not long barrel, but stock, and it helps me out a lot. I find that when I get in those gunfights, basically you move with your left stick, you can be strafing. You gotta basically move both sticks together, move left or right while locking your aim onto the enemy, and that can, you know, a bunch of average players will not be able to keep their aim on you, especially if you're jumping or you're just strafing side to side. Those are the best ways to win gunfights, and that's definitely how you strafe without a scuff. A scuff is very helpful for doing jump shots. Obviously, it's super helpful. I'm sponsored by them and I use them, but without a scuff, you can have no problem just by using a stock and moving left and right while you're shooting. So hopefully this video is helpful to you guys. Hopefully I answered most of your questions. If you guys made it to the end of the video, please drop a like on this thing. 5,000 likes is the goal. If we could hit that, that would be amazing. You guys are legends. And if you guys made it to the end, please comment, guys. Let me know some questions that you guys have. I want to answer all your guys' questions. Ask me some questions that are unique, ones that you haven't seen me talk about before in videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for Cookie and Lookie, and I'm out. Peace.